Hey, good morning. Welcome to Up and Smoke, all about barbecue. I'm Becky, and we are out early this morning because we are going to do some low and slow brisket on our Old Smokey today. And we've got it set up in kind of the half and half setup. I've got some, just some heavy duty foil over here for my drip area. And I've got my bottom vent open just about halfway while we get this started. And we're going to just go ahead and light this up. So this Old Smokey, this will be very similar to when I started on my smoking on my Webers. Don't really have a temperature gauge for this one yet, so I'm going to be checking it regularly throughout the day and checking to see when I need to add more fuel on this one. So we're doing hot or low and slow. Like I said, if you like getting up early, then low and slow is great. If you like your sleep, then check out my hot and fast brisket video. And I also show how I prep my brisket on there, doing all the trimming, and I've got my seasonings on, and we've got Nacho helping us out this morning too. So we're gonna, no, baby. So we're gonna get this all warmed up, heated up, preheated, keep the dogs away, and then we'll get our brisket out here. Okay, so we are going to get our brisket on. I did go ahead and get a grill probe for my ThermoWorks thermometer set up. I think I'll have enough space. We have a small brisket. This is our grass-fed and finished brisket that our friends at Mesquite Acres brought us. So it should fit perfectly on this little Old Smokey here, which, yep, it does. Don't want it over the fire at all, and there we go. Then we're just gonna have to keep an eye on it and keep an eye on our vents on our Old Smokey to make sure that our heat doesn't get away from us. So I'm gonna have the bottom one about a third to half of the way closed, and I'm gonna do the same on the top and just keep an eye, checking the temperature every now and then, and we'll have brisket for dinner. Okay, so I've been monitoring my brisket, and this is a smaller grass-fed and grass-finished brisket, and it seems to be, I spritzed it a little bit. See, I don't want it to dry out because it's so small and doesn't have a ton of fat. So I am just made the decision to go ahead and wrap this, and I'm gonna wrap it in some foil and drip some juice everywhere because I do wanna, like I said, wrap or keep as much juice in here as possible. And I like to wrap it long ways and try to work so my cameraman can still see me here. Not mess him up too much. Woo! Nice and hot. And so I'm gonna get this all wrapped like this. I am going to seal up the ends, fold these up this way, and I'm going to go ahead and stick one of my temperature probes for my ThermoWorks SmokeX in. Keep an eye on the temperature from here on out because we were at right around 160 degrees. It's a little windy here today, and it's been really only about 3 hours in to this, but like I said, this is a smaller brisket. It was only about 5 pounds total, so it may not take us very long. I may have to actually come back out, add a little more charcoal here in a bit, get this so it's not touching, and then we'll finish this bad boy up. Okay, so I need to check this bad boy. The thermometer is telling me it's around 205. So I'm going to check with my instant read. I love this ThermoWorks instant read. And I apologize for the camera angle again. My cameraman is out. I haven't done videos before alone. Ooh. Cooking I do alone all the time, but cooking and video, no, not so much. So this thermometer, this probe is going in nicely. Hitting the foil there. So it's going in nicely, just like I like. Temperature is reading good. Ooh, that really went in. Just like softened butter. Let me check that little spot again. Yeah, it's good. So we're actually ready to pull this off. And I'm gonna let it vent a little bit too. I'm gonna open it up here in just a second. Pull this one out. Lay this, well, that hit the ground, so it's gonna be washed anyway, so it's fine. So I'm gonna put this up here in my pan, and then I'm gonna open these ends a little bit. Yeah, look at all that nice steam. And like I said, I'm gonna let this vent for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna wrap it back up and put it in my cold oven just to let it rest in there for about 2 hours at least. If we can wait that long, once my cameraman gets home before we taste it, my cameraman and favorite taster. So we'll see you again in a bit. Okay, we have our little brisket all unwrapped and ready to cut into, and have my favorite taster come in here and try some of this. See how it looks after cooking it on our Old Smokey. This is our little, basically 5
Brisket
pan.
is my favorite.
You can see some of the juices running out of here.
Oh yeah, make sure that the B-roll camera sees that.
Taste. Taste. Oh, you liked the very end sometimes too, don't you? I do. At the very end. It smells good. You might want to taste it before you start salting.
No. I always have food with my salt.
So I'm here just cutting into this. Nice and juicy.
All right. That looks great. Oh yeah.
And
it's jiggly, right?
It's jiggly. Nice and jiggly. I couldn't really jiggle it.
Can the B-roll camera see how juicy it is?
Yes. Ooh, look at that. Yes. See? Ooh, can you see? You can't see because you're over there. So it's very, it's very nice and juicy. These are nice and juicy.
I've been brisketless for about 10 or 12 days, so.
Yeah, boy.
Let me tell you, this is good.
Having withdrawal symptoms. So we did this on our Old Smokey. I probably just clanked that plate really loudly in y'all's ears. But it got done fast. It's only 5 pounds, like I said. Checked it out. It's our little grass-fed, grass-finished. And so I figured it would fit the Old Smokey best since it's kind of a smaller space and I don't want it right over the fire. And I did kind of the half little charcoal snake and had to replenish some of my charcoal. Y'all couldn't see that because my cameraman was gone and I was having a little trouble doing that by myself with the camera and everything. So we did add some charcoal. But yeah, it got done fast. The Old Smokey, the heat, it just wanted to go. You got to really stay on top of those. I had my vents closed down all the way and it was still at like 250 degrees for a little while. But it tastes okay.
It tastes fantastic.
I want to try a little bit.
Now it's got a little bit more of a kick to it. Did you do something different or add more pepper? I mean, kick in a very good way.
It might have more pepper.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my mouthful.
Great flavor.
That was just tender and juicy. I didn't get a whole lot of kick.
Yeah.
Maybe you got a little of the mustard.
Oh, maybe.
Because you know I love putting mustard on my brisket. I know some people it drives them crazy, but like I said in my other video, my hot and fast brisket video, to me it does give that nice little tanginess that when I've done brisket without the mustard, I just miss it. I miss that little zip.
Yeah, I think I got a nice peppery bite that, I mean, it's just really good. This is done right. And so Mesquite Acres is who this brisket came from.
And we used mesquite wood.
Grass-finished, cooked on mesquite.
Well, no, charcoal, a bed of charcoal, like our little half snake, like I said. And then mesquite wood on top of that.
Yes, there you go.
And then I went ahead and wrapped it. I was keeping an eye on it. And I didn't want it to dry out too much. I wanted to lock some of these juices in, which, I don't know if you can see that, but it did nicely because you can see all that juiciness running out of there.
Boy. I need another slice, please.
You know, one of these super juicy. Ooh, that is really juicy.
Definitely.
So I turned my tongs over the wrong way. But yeah, it tastes good.
Outstanding.
So if you're on kind of a tight budget, but you want to start barbecuing, you want to try out an Old Smokey, they're reasonably priced. You can get a dial thermometer too that I think that you have to drill a hole into the lid, and you can have that so you can have some sort of an idea of what temperature you're running, because it's nice to know how hot your fire is. You don't want to get away from you, like I said. And they say they have taller legs for the Old Smokey, but I couldn't find them.
I saw them on Amazon.
I couldn't even find them on Amazon the other day. But anyway, Old Smokey, brisket, tastes great. Mm-hmm. Somebody's a happy camper.
I'm in heaven.
So thank you. You're in brisket heaven?
Brisket heaven.
I had to interrupt myself there. So thank you so much for watching. Give us a like and a subscribe, and we will see you next time.